Hello, and welcome to my first look at the Worldwide Rush demo. And so this is a game where you're gonna be able to build up your whole logistical empire here. So you have a classic kind of mode here. You can do thing. We can do. We'll just change this. There we go. Base star logistics. I don't think a planet is going to be our great logo. We'll do this. Let's go for red. Then they're like a black, more red. Yeah, we'll just go pure red. That will do it. We're just going to leave everything as kind of default here. Get in. So we start with a loan, and we need to start building a transportation network. We have to build our original hub. So we could start over here, but this wants to go to Nottingham and Bristol, which we could do port to port, but you can do different kind of things. But you should kind of start in a little bit more developed area. This wants to go to Sheffield and London. We could put our original hub in London. Wants to go to Brighton and to Manchester. What about Newcastle upon Tyne? You want to go to Lancaster, Birmingham, which I believe. Where is Birmingham? Just hover over and I'll show you. Oh, there it is. Birmingham, Lancaster, London. So what I'm actually thinking here, Nottingham wants to go to Sheffield, Newcastle upon Tyne. You also want to go to Dublin. You know what I'm going to do? We're going to set up in Birmingham. So that's where now everything has to hub through here. So what I'm going to do is, okay, let's clear this. Go here. We're going to create a rail line. We're going to go from there into Birmingham, up through Nottingham. This is going to go kind of a nice north to south line here. And then we're going to build a route. And you can go through and add all that, but that's a pain. So we're just going to slowly do this route here. Now, if you also want to build roads, you actually have to build a road route. That's cheaper, but, we're not going to do this via plane. We're going to do this via a very, nice train that's going to eat a lot of our money. Now, we could do this with a slightly cheaper train. That's cost import. That's pretty cheap. It'll be slower, but we might be able to get another route going. Maybe like a bus route or something. If we do this is, very nice, but I think we're going to have to start a little cheaper. So we're going to create that line, and we're going to let them do. Okay. That hit Sheffield to there. You want to come to London, Liverpool, Newcastle upon Tyne. Maybe we should have done London because of all the things they want to have go to London. Now, I'm just going to start rolling here. We're going to do this lovely train. I think we're just put at double speed. Here comes this train along. Starts doing things. We do have an opponent. They are, let's see, companies here. So they've already started with a few boats and a flight. But we'll our train will just move along here. Negative for now, but I think it's going to get, as we start getting people along here, it's going to start generating a fair amount of money. Up to Newcastle upon Tyne. Pick up several passengers. Fulfillment there. Okay. Getting pretty full. Let's see. Oh, we could probably do a nice small plane. We could go from Birmingham to Dublin. We can go ahead and create that. So let's create a second route there. Yep. They're going Dublin into London, which this wants to go to Bristol. There are travelers. At least this is, yeah, picking up a bunch of people. Oxford. And see, they've started doing a little boat line. All of it there. See, and they've already got a hub here. If I want to buy that out, I need lots of money. But they have that as a hub for them. You know, that could be complicated. Maybe I want to start there. But either way, they also have a hub in Dublin. Still would cost a lot of money to figure that out. You want to go Newcastle upon Tyne, Bristol, London. Newcastle wants to go to Manchester. Manchester wants to go to Newcastle upon Tyne. Yeah. Norwich. Canterbury. So, I could try to open up a new one there, but you're fulfilling that. So now other cities have grown. So I did that. So there's now more things with that. You kind of see this. They don't have objectives yet. The balance is not. But good, I need more lines. That I'm already connected to Sheffield there. Bristol, I would have to open another one of those to connect things up, but kind of see here. Go to companies. I could change. I think I could go in here. Certainly could. Yeah, I probably should have done London. How much to buy that out? You know what? We're gonna borrow. We're gonna go on to London. We're gonna buy that out. I don't have the trust needed. Oh well. I think we're gonna need to do that. Then we're gonna need to build us a road network. There. We want to avoid going over water. We'll create that road network. And then we'll go Dover, Canterbury, London. And toggle that. And we're just going to put a very nice bus on this route. Pick up passengers. Drive them quickly. Think you're working. Yeah, I think we need another. We can come to our routes here. We can do this. We can buy a vehicle. Put a second vehicle on that line. Now you want to go to Manchester. Okay. So, what I think we're going to do is we're going to make a little road route there. We're going to create that. We're going to do Birmingham, Manchester, and we're going to add that. I think you are full. I think we need to add another train to that line. So we're going to come over here to this. We're going to go to this Route 1. We're going to buy a vehicle. And we're going to put another train on it. Getting to Manchester. And you all need, let me go to my routes. We're going to buy another one of those. Because you all just get picked up. There are people who are traveling the roundabout way to get into Manchester. Would like to buy this out, but we're not there yet. But yeah, these trains are loading themselves. These vehicles are doing a good job. Trying to be very efficient. They're not the quickest things, but they are taking tons of passengers. As you can see, tons of passengers load up. Canterbury is developed as people who want to go to Copenhagen. Connect Norwich to Dover. That's not going to be easy. Leeds is... I think I want to put another... I think I can yet deal with another train on this route. Except that these are not nearly as profitable anymore. They're going tons of people. Okay. Don't know how much more. There's people in the middle there. Yeah, the problem is the people in Sheffield want to get out to places. How are companies doing? They're losing money. I'm gaining. Because I'm running pretty profitable routes here. And I'm trying to keep these trains Bristol. Dublin also wants to go to Bristol. I'm thinking we do that. How is that plane doing? That plane is generally okay. Let's do a Bristol to a Dublin. Let's select a vehicle. I'm going to connect Dublin to Bristol. I'm gonna do that. You're running like London to Bristol. I need to start getting ready to run a train line. That's going to be super expensive. I think if I can run a southern train line. Because if I run it from Oxford to Bristol, Exeter to Plymouth, well, we go around that. That's actually not terrible. So we can run another train line in. Still making tons of money. they're losing. We're gaining. Because I want to make this other train line, and when I run another train line, that should be really effective. But I'm going to need like several mil. I'm going to need about another. I'm going to get to 1.6 million before I do that. Okay, now I have that. Let me make a. And this. Even to do the cheap train has now gotten significantly more expensive. Waiting for the money to roll in. Now that this is happening, but on the way back, it's gonna be picking up tons of people. To Oxford. Yeah. And all the way down to Plymouth. Not so much. But people are. Let's also see if I can maybe do a route here with boat, the little Explorer. It's slow, but okay. The water taxi. Yeah, let's do that. We'll have to see where they get. I may have to put another ship on that line. Things are still traveling. Our companies, yeah, now they're starting to make, but as you can see, kind of lost trust. nice to establish there. We're Sheffield, London, Birmingham. Let me make sure. Those are all running a profit. Those are running a profit. Planes are... Everything's at least running a profit. These are starting to get fulfilled. What we'll do is we'll... No, I don't want to use that city. I want to use Dover, Brighton, Poole, and I think I want to throw you on a boat like that. I think we're going to do it even though they're not direct travelers. Because you all will want to get there. There's going to be a little loss. I think we're going to set up in Amsterdam. I think we're going to do... Amsterdam, Rotterdam. And we're going to do Utrecht. Go. Yeah. We do want to connect Amsterdam to Copenhagen. The best way to do that is going to be with a flight. Yeah, we want to go ahead and pay for, like, even though that's not bad, I think we want to go up for that. Still bringing in tons of money. Let's get there. Get another nice route up. Yeah, because you at that speed. Yeah. And the profitability on that is pretty insane. We want the Petite Voyageur again. go. More cities have grown. This not really... Are you not getting on our London? Whatever route. If people wanted to get to Brighton, they would. I'm gonna sell that. That didn't work out as hoped. Like, they've kind of got to that area. Okay, Bristol. They're flying people. Leeds. They built this. I think I'm just getting Cambridge. Norwich. Oh. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. That and here. Getting people out there. Go. Things are going. How are things over here? I'm gonna do that, and I think we're going to do that, then Amsterdam, have them all connected. Yeah, a nice vehicle. There's a better van. We unlocked a better van. Oh, lots of people want to go to Copenhagen. But we need to come here. And there are more passengers, so I guess we could. No, we can't afford to build the hub there. But yeah. guaranteed Voyager on that? Probably sometime soon. Probably need to add another one to that line. That's going to be a very slow ship. And oh, new ship. But okay, you can slowly do that. Maybe we'll do that with an air. That one. Actually want to do with that. That way, Copenhagen. Only two people going out there. Yeah, on the Amsterdam route, we're going to need buy a vehicle. What's happening? I'm doing less now on England. Looks like they may also have a... Yeah, they also have a train running on tracks I built. You know, I could also try to move into Sligo, Dublin, and Galway. But I could try to... Don't have money for that. Yeah, as you can kind of see, you can keep expanding here. Now, eventually, I think they could add missions. They could do more stuff to it. But you kind of have this whole thing, and there is a thing where you could eventually try to buy out the other company. So, if I had that much money to basically buy out their debt and everything, I would get their entire, set of assets. So, I mean, it's an interesting, kind of thing here where it's just expansion, expansion, expansion. I think there'd be interesting to have some more like mission-based stuff. And this just kind of goes for sprawling growth. So like a company that can, you know, even though like if we look at my finances, if we're talking about like income versus expenses, if we view their finances, you know, look at their bank balance versus that. So I think it's a interesting game. I wish there'd be a little bit more interesting dynamics with it, with submissions and other stuff. But solid basis, it works. Um, and I'm waiting now to see like there could be a little bit more strategy on top of it. Is there something better than just putting the game at 2x speed and letting go and kind of putting in connections, hither, kind of there. Is there going to be some advantage for having the rail lines and the roads built yourself? So if other companies go along it, you start getting kickbacks from it. I think that'd be interesting. So there's, like if you put down the rail first, there's a real advantage to that. Um, rather than just getting to do the line first where someone can't come in over the top of you. But that would all be interesting. But at this point, I want to say thank you very much for joining me, and be seeing you.